Okay, Andrew, before we start, I have to ask you something about how to use actually, basically.
Oh, this should be interesting. Welcome everyone to the English Fix. Let's get into it.
It's actually and basically.
Nods slowly, the classics. Those two are definitely tricky.
Tricky is an understatement. I feel like I hear native speakers use them all the time, everywhere, in every conversation. And they sound so natural when you say them. But when I try, it's like my brain just freezes. I try to translate them directly from Vietnamese, but it never works.
That's so common, Emma. You're not alone. Most people don't realize that words like actually and basically aren't always about their dictionary definition. They're more like secret signals in a conversation.
Secret signals? What do you mean?
Well, here's the thing. In Vietnamese, you might have words that mean, in fact, or simply, right?
Yes, exactly. Like, thực ra, for actually, or nói chung, for basically.
And when you translate directly, you often lose the asterisk feeling or the asterisk purpose of the word in English. It's like trying to perfectly match two puzzle pieces that are almost, but not quite, the same shape.
Yes, that's it. Sometimes I use actually to mean in fact, but then it sounds, I don't know, too strong? Or like I'm correcting someone.
You've hit on a huge point right there. That's one of the biggest pitfalls with actually. Can you give me an example of when you tried to use it and it felt wrong?
Sure. One time, I was talking to a new colleague. She asked me, "Oh, you're from Hanoi, right?" And I wanted to say, "Yes, that's true, but my family lives in Ho Chi Minh City now." So I said, "Actually, my family lives in Ho Chi Minh City."
And how did she react?
She looked a little surprised, like I was telling her she was wrong. But I just wanted to share more information. I didn't want to correct her. I just wanted to say, yes, but also.
See? That's perfect. That's a classic example of the actually trap. You used it to introduce new information, which can be fine, but the asterisk way you used it implied a slight contradiction or correction. It can make the listener feel like, oh, I was wrong about that.
Exactly. And then I get embarrassed and want to hide under the table. What about basically? That one feels even more confusing.
How so? What happens when you try to use basically?
I try to use it to summarize something, especially if it's complicated. Like if someone asks about my job, and it's a bit complex, I want to say, basically, I manage projects. But sometimes it feels, I don't know, like I'm being lazy? Or oversimplifying too much?
That's a great observation. Basically, can sound a little dismissive if you're not careful, especially if you're talking about something important. It's like saying, I'm going to give you the super short, perhaps not entirely detailed, version.
So, it's like I'm saying, this is too much effort for me to explain properly.
It can come across that way, yes. Or sometimes it can make you sound a little less confident in your full explanation. But it's not always negative. The secret is understanding the asterisk intent behind the word.
The intent. So it's not about the definition, but the feeling?
Precisely. These words are often about managing the conversation, guiding the listener, or expressing a subtle emotion or nuance. They're like little signposts.
Okay, so how do I learn these secret signals? My brain just wants to translate.
That's where we come in. Let's break them down. Let's start with actually. Most people don't realize that actually is often used to introduce a asterisk surprise, a asterisk contrast, or a asterisk correction that might go against what the listener expects.
A surprise? Like, surprise. I'm here.
Not quite that dramatic. Think of it more like, you might think X, but actually, Y. It's about revealing something that might be unexpected.
Oh, I think I see. So, in my Hanoi example, if I said, yes, I'm from Hanoi, but actually, my family moved to Ho Chi Minh City a few years ago, that's different?
Yes. The but makes a huge difference. It prepares the listener for the contrast. Or if you say, I thought it was going to rain, but actually, it's a beautiful sunny day. The actually highlights the unexpected change.
So, it's like saying, contrary to what you might expect.
Exactly. Or, the truth is a little different from what we just discussed or assumed. It's about revealing a slightly different reality.
Okay, I think I'm getting a little aha moment here. So if I want to just add information, I should avoid actually, unless I want to create that contrast.
Generally, yes. If you just want to add more information without any sense of surprise or correction, you could say, oh, and also, my family lives in Ho Chi Minh City now. Or, yes, that's right, and my family lives in Ho Chi Minh City these days. See how much softer that is?
Yes, much softer. It doesn't sound like I'm saying, you're wrong.
Right. Here's a common phrase using actually that shows this surprise or contrast. Listen carefully. I thought the movie was boring, but actually, it was really good.
I thought the movie was boring, but actually, it was really good.
Perfect. Now, everyone listening, try saying that with us. I thought the movie was boring, but actually, it was really good. Feel that little twist, that little surprise? That's the power of actually.
Okay, that makes so much more sense. It's about the unexpected. So, what about basically? How do I use that without sounding lazy or dismissive?
Basically is a fantastic word when used correctly. The secret is that it's for simplifying, summarizing, or getting to the main point quickly. It's like saying, if I had to explain this in the simplest way possible.
So, like in my job example, basically, I manage projects. Is that okay?
Yes, that can be perfectly fine. Especially if the person asking isn't looking for a super detailed explanation. Imagine someone at a party asks what you do. You don't want to give them your whole CV, right? You want to give them the essence.
Oh, so it's about the context and the listener's need.
Precisely. If your boss asks you about a complex report, saying, basically, it's good, might not be enough. But if your friend asks, what was that meeting about? You could say, basically, we decided to launch the new product next month. That's a perfect use. You're giving them the core takeaway.
So, it's like a shortcut to the main idea.
Exactly. It's efficient. It helps the listener grasp the core message without getting lost in details. It's also often used when you're slightly unsure or want to soften a statement. Like, basically, I think we're ready. It's not a 100% firm statement, but it communicates the general idea.
Okay. So, it's not lazy, it's just efficient. I like that. But what if I use it too much? I've heard some people say, basically, every other sentence.
Yes, that's a common habit. It can become a filler word, just like or like. When it's used too frequently, it loses its meaning and can make you sound a little less articulate. The key is using it intentionally.
Intentionally, not just as a crutch.
Right. Think about it. Are you really summarizing here? Are you really getting to the main point? Or are you just pausing to think? If it's the latter, then it's a filler. If it's the former, it's a useful tool.
Okay, I think I need to practice this. Can you give me an example for, basically, that highlights this summarizing?
Of course. Imagine your friend asks you to explain a new app. You could say, it's a bit complicated to set up, but basically, it helps you organize all your photos.
It's a bit complicated to set up, but basically, it helps you organize all your photos.
Excellent. Now, everyone listening, try repeating that with us. It's a bit complicated to set up, but basically, it helps you organize all your photos. See how it cuts through the complexity to the core function.
Yes, I can feel that now. It's like a verbal arrow pointing to the most important part.
That's a great way to put it. So, actually, for surprise, contrast, basically, for simplification, summary. But there's another layer to this. Both words can also be used as conversational softeners or to manage expectations.
Softeners? What does that mean?
Sometimes, we use these words to make what we're saying less direct or less harsh. For example, if someone asks, can you finish this by tomorrow? And you know you can't, instead of just saying, no, which can sound abrupt, you might say, well, actually, I'm pretty swamped right now, so I don't think I can.
Oh, so it's like a polite way to deliver bad news or a different opinion.
Exactly. It softens the blow. It's like saying, here's the reality, and it might not be what you want to hear, but I'm trying to be gentle about it.
Wow, I never thought about that. So it's not just about the information, but about the asterisk relationship asterisk in the conversation.
You've got it, Emma. That's a huge part of speaking fluently, understanding the social and emotional layer of language, not just the literal meaning. Most people don't realize how much these little words do.
So, if I want to disagree politely, I can start with, actually. Like, actually, I think it might be better if we try this other way.
Perfect use. That shows you've considered their idea, but you're introducing a different perspective gently. It's much softer than just saying, no, that's wrong. We should do this.
This is really helpful. I always thought these words were just extra, but they have so much power.
They do. And the same goes for, basically, as a softener. If someone asks for your opinion on a presentation, and it wasn't great, you might say, well, basically, it covered all the points, but maybe it could have been more engaging. It softens the criticism a little.
So, it's like a preface to what you're about to say.
Yes, it prepares the listener. It's a way of saying, here's my distilled thought on this, and I'm not going to be overly harsh or overly effusive. It creates a kind of conversational buffer.
This is a lot to think about. So, for, actually, I should think. Is there a surprise or a gentle contradiction here? And for, basically, am I summarizing or simplifying for clarity? And also, am I trying to soften what I'm saying?
You've encapsulated it perfectly. And remember, the best way to really master these words is to asterisk listen. Pay attention to how native speakers use them in movies, podcasts, and real conversations. Notice the asterisk context and the asterisk intonation. Do they sound surprised? Are they simplifying something complex?
That's a good point. I usually just hear the words, not the asterisk feeling behind them. I need to train my ears.
Exactly. It's like learning to play an instrument. You don't just learn the notes, you learn the rhythm and the emotion.
Okay, I think I have a plan. This week, I want to focus on, actually. I want to try using it when I genuinely have a surprising piece of information or a gentle contradiction, like when I'm politely disagreeing. I'll avoid just using it to add information.
That's a fantastic goal, Emma. Starting with one word and focusing on its core use for surprise or gentle contradiction is a brilliant way to build confidence. You'll start to feel that nuance.
And I'll try to listen for how others use it too. I'll pay attention to their tone.
Perfect. And for all of you listening at home, here's your challenge for the week. Pick one of these words, actually, or basically, and for the next 7 days, consciously try to use it correctly at least 3 times a day. But here's the catch. Before you say it, pause for a second and ask yourself, am I using this to introduce a surprise or a contradiction? For, actually, or, am I using this to simplify or summarize? For, basically? And also, am I trying to soften what I'm about to say?
Oh, that's a good challenge. I like that little pause. It forces you to think.
It does. It moves you from translating in your head to asterisk thinking in English about the word's function. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes.
I'm feeling a lot more confident about these tightrope words now. Thank you, Andrew.
You're very welcome, Emma. It's all about understanding the unspoken rules of conversation. These little words carry a lot of weight. So, to recap, actually often signals a surprise, a contrast, or a polite correction, going against an expectation. And, basically, is your go-to for simplifying, summarizing, or getting to the main point, often with a touch of softening.
And the key is listening and paying attention to the feeling.
Absolutely. That's how you move from just knowing words to truly speaking fluently. So, for everyone out there, we want to hear from you. What English word or phrase makes you feel like you're walking on a tightrope? What's your biggest pain point when trying to communicate naturally? Let us know in the comments below.
See you next time.
Alright, that's a wrap for today. Seriously though, which part of this felt most real to you?
Drop your answer in the comments. And if this helped you, like this video and subscribe. We post new episodes every single day.
This has been the English Fix. Thanks for listening. Keep practicing, keep pushing, and we'll see you in the next one.